Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's market color session, being the 4th of April 2024. So good to have each and everyone around for the market color session. Right. I'd like to crave our indulgence to kindly share the link to everyone on the various social media platforms so that this can get to as many people as possible. For this segment of the market color session, I will be analyzing the XY, GBP USD, and Euro USD. Right after that, later will be coming up for his own analysis on gold and the yen basket. Starting off from the XY on the monthly time frame, I've seen right here, price is still maintaining its uptrend, right? But on the weekly time frame, I've seen right here, we can see that price tapped into this other block right here, push to the downside right here, coinciding with this very left shoulder for a sell. So that's it. Return into this shoulder and subsequently traded into this very little other block, and we're seeing some push to the downside. And on the 4-hour time frame right here, we're even seeing more push to the upside. We had this speculation that price should at least go into this very left shoulder right here, shoulder to break, and eventually price should return into this very level and even keep selling on. So we're seeing more weakness in the dollar, and where do I even see price coming to? I see price coming all the way to clear this very low on the weekly time frame, this very low right here. Price should trade all the way and clear is very low at 100 spot 164, right? So that's where price is coming to. Price is coming all the way to that very weekly low, right? So since we're looking out for sell opportunities, where are we interested in taking the sales from? Right? Where are we interested in taking the sales from? Okay. On the 5 minutes time frame, I can actually spot the left shoulder box pattern strategy for a sell. Right. Shoulder right here, sweep, break, price should return into 102 spot 140. I'm seeing even more sales on the XY. Over time, we have had this bearish bias for the XY. So, right, once price gets to this very left shoulder on the 5 minutes time frame, I'm even more interested in taking more sell positions on the XY right here. Please take note of the various points of interest you're calling out. Shoulder right here, see break, price should return into 102, spot 140, and even sell further down to GBP USD. Down to GBP USD on the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame, I think right here. We're seeing even more push to the downside, still bearish. And over time, right? This is the monthly time frame, so it's going to take a long time. I can actually spot a box pattern for a sell right here. Shoulder sweep break, eventually price should go there, right? But for the sake of this analysis, we're seeing price even breaking lower. And on the weekly time frame, we have been looking out for price to get to this very left shoulder at once for 32279, and that has eventually happened. Right, shoulder right here, sweep break, price tapped into this very shoulder at once for 32279, and you're seeing some reaction of that level. And on daily time frame too, pretty much the same thing. We have waited for a while for price to get to this very left shoulder. Shoulder sweep break, price came back into this very level, tapped into it, and we're seeing some reaction of that level. But when will I be interested in taking sell opportunities on GBP USD? When I see a break of structure, of course, and what you are time frame, because on the 4 hour time frame, we're seeing even more push to the downside. Price action is, to the upside rather. We're seeing structure to the upside. So swinging this most recent fib from point A to point B, right? Swinging from point A to point B. I want to see price, trading into 61.8% fib level and holding off that point. And holding off that point. Of course, we know that price has already tapped to the left shoulder on the daily time frame, and of course we should be looking out for sell opportunities. But I'm interested in taking sell opportunities when I see a clear break of structure. That hasn't happened yet, so I instead might just be looking out for more buy opportunities because that break of structure has not happened yet. Right, so we may even see more buy opportunities on GBP, right, down to the 1 hour frame. Once I see price trading into 61.8% peak level, and I see my base support formation and continuation in my 5 minutes bullish variation, I will be entering the buy on GBP/USD. And of course, I already explained why I'm looking out for more buy opportunities on GBP/USD. And please take note that price has already tapped into the daily left shoulder, right? And on EUR/USD, the monthly time frame is still very bearish right here. And on the weekly time frame, pretty much the same thing, still bearish. But down to the daily time frame, we've actually been looking out for price to trade into this very left shoulder at 1.11476, and we're seeing that happen, right? There's also this double top right here. Eventually, we see price coming to take out this very top at 1.11980. Price has already tapped into this very left shoulder on the daily time frame, and we may see price even moving lower. But I will be interested in taking the sales on EUR/USD when I see a proper break of structure on at least the either the 4 hour time frame or the 1 hour time frame. That hasn't happened yet, so I will be feeding this most recent swing from point A to point B, right? I want to see price retracing into 61.8% fee level, right? We always want to buy at discount, of course. So once price trades into this very level, once spot 09350, I am interested in warming up for buys on EUR/USD, right? And of course, once price trades into one spot 09350 on the 1 hour time frame, and I spot my base support formation continuation and 5 minutes bullish variation, I will be taking buys on EUR/USD, right? So please, we can start compiling our questions, or if you're seeing different bias from what has been analyzed so far, please type in the chat box or mute yourself, and you can actually contradict what I have said if you're seeing anything different from what has been analyzed, right? While we're still getting our questions together, our different views and bias on what we think the market is doing, the FX Bootcamp training is upcoming. Registration is opened, right? You can chat us up on 081 6099 5030 to get you started, right? We'll be going on a very brief break right now. We're going on a very brief break right now, and after that, Lekon will be coming up for his own analysis on gold and the yen baskets.
clear? Just type in the chat box so you can hear me loud and clear. So welcome back to the market column brought to you by the Value Flow Trading team. Right now, we'll be going straight into the analysis. All right. We are going to be starting this morning. Let me know if you can see my chat too. We are going to be starting this morning with the precious metal, and after the analysis of the precious metal, we are going to move straight into Japan to see what is going on with the yen basket, and from there we just touch some yen correlated pairs where then we can now move forward and round up the London session analysis. All right, so let's start with the precious metal. Just as we've always said that currently the precious metal is very bullish, and you can see everywhere is just to the moon, to the moon, to the moon. And just, yesterday we see how the precious metal created a new all-time high again around the 3,167, 68 level. So that's a very big deal. All right. So today, where exactly are we heading to? Remember, if you're on our mailing list, we have a markup just as we drew here that we are expecting the precious metal to, first retrace to this flip zone just as we mark it up here, then we can easily follow through to the upside. But that happened yesterday. It first created the up move before now coming to the downside. So it's still part of it, part of the game. All right. And remember, all we've been saying is that we are looking for opportunity to long the precious metal. Right now is not the time you want to short the precious metal. So all you should be looking out for is for the long of the precious metal. All right. So let's quickly look at the 4-hour time frame. Now that price already did what we are expecting it to do here, you can see how that price came all the way into the flip zone, and we can see the reaction back to the upside. But I'm of a concern since we formed the high of the week just on Wednesday. We formed the high of the week Wednesday into yesterday. Now, where exactly are we now looking out for the end of the week? Today being Friday, and we are expecting NFP today. So it's going to be a very noisy session in the course of the New York today. So that is why we are seeing first this morning is going to be a very sweet trading time because you are going to be buying and you will see sell opportunities to just quickly take what you want to take. However, what I'm seeing here is this particular roadblock on the 4-hour time frame, and we can see how price tap back into it and return back to the downside. So what exactly should we expect for NFP and on the precious metal today? What we are looking out for the NFP result is there's high tendency. We see the dollar, the precious metal, pull back to the downside proper. Yes. So I'm still of the opinion that yes, it has tapped to the flip zone, achieved that, and now we are expecting it to move all the way to the upside. But we may see just a quick sell-off before the continuation today at the NFP in the course of the NFP news. You know why? Because after this massive long to the upside, and we've seen price, broke structure to the downside on the 4-hour time frame. We want to see some level of push to the downside a little bit more. But let's check on the 1-hour time frame. What exactly should we expect to see on the 1-hour time frame? Now, if you look at it clearly on the 1-hour time frame, we have more like a market structure shift, how that price pull back and broke structure to the downside, and now it has already achieved the pullback of that shift, and we are seeing price pushing to the downside. But remember that the higher time frame controls the lower time frame. However, lower time frame makes up the higher time frame. So what we should look out for the precious metal now is we want to look for opportunity to long. That will do it after the NFP. But pre-NFP, we can still see more short opportunity pre-NFP. All right. So that is the outlook we're looking out for. And where exactly are we going to be willing to short if we really want to? All right. Now this is it on the 1-hour time frame. So we have this particular level. You can see how that price took out this liquidity. This was once an all-time high. Price took it out and massive break to the downside. So let's mark this as our shoulder. Okay, now that we have this as our shoulder here, we have it already, right? So this is our shoulder one. So that is the first case. The second one is, as price was going back down, it really did not create a liquidity level for the break. Instead, yes, we see one somewhere around this place, you can see, which has been grabbed. So I'm still of the opinion that there's high probability for price to still come back to this level here to come and take out this particular high. So when it takes out this particular high, that is the second case we are looking at for the precious metal. So when it takes out this particular high, you can see inside of the Asian range, we also have an order block seated inside of it. You can see this is the order block here. That's it. And after that, we now have the fair value gap seated inside of this zone. You can see that very clearly. Let me zoom out well. All right. So this is the order block, and we have the fair value gap just below it. And more like, if you go to your lower time frame, what you are seeing here, this little move you are seeing here, is more like a torso that was taken over. All right. So we are highly going to see that happen in the course of the analysis of the precious metal. Okay. So we should see that happen. All right. So that is it. So we have the order block, the break to the downside. You can see it all the way, creating a fair value gap, and we are expecting that price should come and take out this level, and we can continue the sell. So let's put our markup there. It's going to be something like this when price gets there, even though the SL is going to be very wild. All right, so we are expecting that that is about almost about 200 pips. But remember that the SL is going the entry is going to be after we see our entry signature on the 15-minute time frame. So when you begin to sell, it is going to be all the way to this particular level. I'm still of the opinion that price will still come a little bit more. If it's going to take out this yesterday low, then we can now follow it all the way to the upside. Now, if you check the 15-minute time frame too, let's quickly look at the 15-minute time frame if we have the new entry. So for 15 minutes, you can see that price already, it did this on the 15-minute time frame. Okay. Now, if you look at it well, you are going to observe that we have price coming all the way to come and take out this level that we drew out here. And after that, you can even see liquidity level being drawn around this zone. So we want price to also take out that level too. Okay, so let's look at that. All right, so that is it. That is what we are looking out for, to clear price taking out this level. Then we can now begin to sell the stuff to the downside. All right, okay, so the next thing we are going to be looking at now is the analysis of the yen basket. Let's quickly get to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket. Now, for the yen basket, if you look at it from the daily time frame, you are going to observe that on the daily time frame, what exactly do we have on the daily time frame? Okay, so what we have on the daily time frame for the yen basket is, remember, we're expecting the yen to long all the way to the daily markup. All right, so that is exactly what price is already playing out for us. If you are also on our market email list, you are going to see that happen. So that is exactly what we have here, and we expect price to begin to sell all the way to the downside. So that is it. We are still expecting more strong yen all the way into this zone, which is going to give us a sell-off on the other yen correlated pair. You can see how that price has been moving all the way, and this is still where we are expecting price to get to before we see a pullback to the downside, if any at all. All right, so let's quickly look at GBP/JPY. For GBP/JPY, you are going to observe, if you look at it from the daily time frame, you are going to see on the daily time frame, what we are expecting is we want to see more short of GBP/JPY. Remember last week Friday, we were looking at to short GBP/JPY somewhere around this place, and price did not really come there. All right, and remember, just on Wednesday, during the President Trump speech, we see our price just rally all the way into that zone. If you are using pending order, you'll have been activated, but I stopped using pending order because of the current market condition. Okay, so that is it. If you check it on the 1 hour time frame, what was our bias for that trade? We're expecting price to come all the way here, a pullback, then comes back to take out this Asian high, then we begin to sell. And see how since Friday, price came to play it out just Wednesday night, and that is exactly what we've been seeing. And where are we heading to for the short of GBP JPY? We are going to see on the 4 hour time frame, the short of GBP JPY is still all the way to this level here. Remember, we have a markup somewhere here, so we are expecting first this place to be taken out for GBP JPY, this low around the 188.845 level. Then price should take out this low too and trade into this zone. When price gets to this zone, we may now see reaction all the way back to the upside. So that is what we're expecting for GBP JPY, how that price should trade all the way into this zone. Then we can begin to push all the way back up again. That is for GBP JPY. Now, what is the now trade for GBP JPY? We are going to see that the sell momentum is still very massive. So it's just pushing all the way to the downside. What I would just advise if you still want to take GBP JPY sell is look out for your sell signature on the 15-minute time frame. If you are in our FS Bootcamp class, you are going to see what we mean by the sell signature, what we want to see. As a matter of fact, right now, the sell signature is showing up somewhere inside here. All right, so you can just take for GBP JPY. All right, and lastly, we just want to take AUD JPY and probably Euro JPY, and that is going to be the end of today's market color. All right, so for AUD JPY, you are going to see for AUD JPY, the trend is still very much to the downside, and this is it. You can see it's still very much to the downside. If you look at it on the 1 hour time frame too, it's still very much to the downside. Okay, everywhere is still a push to the downside. So where are we heading to for AUD JPY? For AUD JPY, and this is giving us a confirmation of what we should see on GBP JPY, because GBP JPY, just as we said last week, that is a bit lagging. Other yen related pairs are already pushing all the way to the downside. So we expect GBP JPY to sell more from what we are seeing on AUD JPY. All right. Now for AUD JPY, now you can see even on the daily time frame, everywhere is going, and I'm of the opinion that it's still coming to target this particular low here. That is where AUD JPY is coming to. And if you look at it even on the weekly time frame, our real move is still somewhere here. So we expect that AUD JPY to still sell a bit more into this zone before we now see any buy all the way to the upside again. All right, so that is it all for the yen correlated pairs. If there's any question, let's quickly look at it in the chat box. If there's any question, please type in the chat box. Let's look at it if you have any question. And remember, our training is starting. The ATM cash flow is starting third week from the 23rd to 25th of this month, and also the FS Bootcamp. If you want to trade just the way we do, make sure you get the best of it always. All right. So this is, if there's no any question, this is going to be the end of today's market color brought to you by the Value Flow Trading team. Make sure you trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy, even as we expect NFP today in the afternoon. Till we meet again for the analysis, and very good. The NFP will be coming just immediately after the analysis, or even in the course of the analysis for the New York session. So tell someone to tell someone that we need to meet together and take advantage of the news. So let's see what becomes of the market today at the release of NFP by the afternoon. All right, till we meet again by the afternoon, make sure you trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy. Once again, I'm Dick Cheers and God bless.